Hi, I'm Karen Knickerbocker and I'm with ReMax Elite. And I specialize in helping families who are selling property as part of an estate sale. I wanted to talk to you today about a before and after story. Everybody loves a great before and after story. Whether it's what not to wear or flip or flop, we love seeing something that started out not so great and turns out absolutely fabulous. I want to tell you a story about a family that needed help selling their loved one's property as part of an estate sale. We sat down the first weekend that we met and we talked about everything that it was going to take to go from the house being filled with the possessions of their deceased loved one to being ready to show to the public for sale. As a matter of fact, the first time I met this family, it was right in this very room. They had just lost their loved one, and so grief was very fresh in their mind. The loss was brand new, and they were struggling. It was overwhelming to them, as you can imagine. They had to make a lot of decisions about what to do with all of their loved one's things, how to get the property ready for sale, what kind of work should they do or not do. There were a lot of questions. What made it even worse was that both of them lived out of state, and so the task of renting the property for sale was very daunting to them. Imagine if this family had to do all of that themselves. Their families would suffer at home, their work would suffer at home. They would either have to take time off from work, take time away from their family so they could be here sorting through all the various things, or they would have had to abandon all the property that was there, valuable things that could be sold to benefit the estate. So that's when they reached out to me. I remember the first phone call and they said to me, "Can this even be done? We're so far away. How can we possibly sell this property when we're not even in the state?" And it felt wonderful to be able to say to them, "Don't worry, I've done all this before. I have people who can help you every step of the way, and I will be on hand making sure it all happens." So when we first met here, I had a plan in hand at that first meeting. That plan included exactly what we were going to do, step by step. It also included all the people who were going to help us get it done. The first person that we needed to help us was the person who was going to help us with the estate sale. An estate sale expert helps a family evaluate the value of the personal property in the home and then helps the family put together an estate sale over a number of days in order to sell that property at a reasonable price. There's a lot of work that goes into an estate sale. And so when you hire an estate sale manager, you are really lucky to have that person at your back doing the work, pricing the items, setting up the sale, collecting the money, making logs, tracking it in spreadsheets, doing everything that's necessary to keep track of every last little thing. And so when that estate sale was done, my clients, they hadn't done any of the work. They had hired someone that I had brought to them. They found that they could trust that person, and the work was done on their behalf. So that was step one, and it was done. The other thing we discussed at that meeting was, once all this stuff is out of here, is there anything we need to do to make this place really shine so that we can get top dollar on the market? And so we talked about it, and as we all know, there's always all kinds of things we can do. But I like to draw a line between refreshing, or maybe refurbishing, and remodeling. And a lot of times in an estate sale, it doesn't make any sense to remodel. So I helped them walk through and talk through all the things that we thought we should do. And we decided that we would do all fresh paint and all fresh carpeting. That would make this place look nice and bright and shiny, but we made a decision not to update a lot of things and leave that in the hands of the person who bought the place. So we got this place painted with a nice warm color on the walls, and it really turned out fresh. So the next thing that happened is the carpeting. I did connect with a carpeting person. They came in here and measured. It was actually before the estate sale ever happened, because remember, we have a timeline. So because I've done this before, one of the things that I'm very much aware of is how long it takes to order carpet, how long it takes to get on the install calendar of a carpet installation company. And so I was able to do that all within our timeline. So I got the carpet person in here to measure, and we picked a carpet. It was ordered so that when the painters were done, the very next thing that happened is the carpeting folks got in here and got the carpet laid and looking absolutely perfect. Because the next thing that happened was the stagers came. I love the stagers. They have such an eye for fashion in home furnishing. Look around us. This place is gorgeous. And it's not just gorgeous, it's themed to the local community. You'll see a lot of beach theme here, and it really fits the property perfectly. I was so thrilled when I walked in here and saw all the staging, and I sent pictures to my clients, and their reaction was one word: wow. And that's the reaction I'm looking for. I want my clients at the end of the day, when they see the after, I want them to go, wow. And I think when you look at the staging, that's exactly what you say. So the results were absolutely beautiful. We had our before and after. And now it was time to show the world what we had accomplished. I always use a professional photographer for the pictures. For the properties I put on the market, I always use a professional photographer, because there is a huge difference between pictures I can take with a camera as a real estate agent and pictures a photographer who has the background, the education, and the equipment to take really great pictures. And so that's what we did. We took really great pictures, and when we were ready to go on the market and we went live on the MLS, the people who looked at the listing, who saw the pictures, they said, wow, too. And we had all kinds of people wanting to come and look at this place. So I mentioned that I put it on the MLS. So of course, that's something I do as a real estate agent. It's part of my 10-point marketing plan. Staging is also part of my 10-point marketing plan. And another part of my 10-point marketing plan is the open house. So we had an open house, we invited the neighbors in, we invited the neighborhood in, and everybody around us came and looked at this place. And by the end of the evening of the open house, we had an awesome offer in hand, one that my clients were very excited about. But you know, the sale of a home does not end with taking a great offer. There's a lot of pieces, and I monitor the sale all the way to the end where we can say sold. I help my clients with every step that it takes. The paperwork, filling out all the information that escrow needs, making sure that their lawyer has all of the paperwork that they need, making sure that every T gets crossed and every I gets dotted, because at the end of the day, the paperwork's gotta be right. And I'll be on hand to hand off all the keys, the mailbox key, to hand over the garage clicker, to give them the keys to the front door. Because remember, my clients are far away, but I'm here making it happen all the way to the very end so that they can just move on. I'm excited when I get to help somebody like this family. They were far away, they were overwhelmed, they were in a process of grief. And I was able to help them step by step. I was able to help them with the estate sale. I was able to help them with refurbishment of the condo. I was able to help them market the condominium effectively. I was able to help them go from not so great to fabulous. And at the end of the day, I was able to help them close up their father's estate in a timely manner and in a manner that benefited them. And that really made my day. Hey, I don't care what your situation is. If you are in the process of selling a piece of property, it can be overwhelming. Sometimes you look around, you don't know what to do with all your stuff, and whether those things belong to a loved one who's passed or they're your things, I can help you with that. Just the process of stepping through the timeline of getting a home ready to go on the market. I know that can be overwhelming, and I know you can feel like you don't have the resources to get it done, but I can help you with that. Hey, if you need my help or you know somebody who needs my help, just send me a text at 425-876-3891 and I'll get right back to you. So remember, I'm Karen Knickerbocker and I'm with ReMax, where we say, don't worry, we've done this a million times.